Over the last couple of decades, the rate of natural disasters has increased sevenfold, hitting harder, faster, and more frequently. Scientists put this down to global warming. We pump 31 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every day, which exceeds what plants and oceans can absorb. This overload has increased our levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide by 31% in the last 200 years. As a result, our children won't be able to play under the open sky, and soon we may need to wear gas masks. These poisonous gases trap heat in our atmosphere, causing a global rise in temperature. Over the last 100 years, we have seen a 0.8% temperature increase after enjoying stable conditions for 2,000 years. The hottest years ever recorded were 11 of the past 12. Hot summers and short winters are responsible for melting Arctic sea ice as large as half the size of South Africa. As a result, our sea levels have risen. It is projected that by the year 2100, the sea level will rise by 59 centimeters. But many scientists believe that this figure is closer to 2 meters. Before long, all our beach property will be demolished. The port of Cape Town and Durban Harbour will be destroyed. According to the work of some 2,500 scientists in more than 130 countries, you and I are responsible. We take more than we give back, and we don't replace what we consume. Our medical and technological breakthroughs have created the illusion of growth, but we have not considered the sustainability of these developments. Taking stock of our progress reveals some shocking predictions. 55,000 plant and animal species become extinct every year. That adds up to more than 1 million species in 18 years' time. So, an average of 15 to 37% of all plant and animal species will be extinct by the year 2050. By 2100, half of all Earth's known species will be museum spectacles.
It's certainly fair to assume that if temperatures soar by 6 degrees within less than a century, that we're going to face nothing less than a global wipeout.
Strong hurricanes, droughts, heat waves, wildfires and other natural disasters will become commonplace, causing food shortages, death, disease and economic recession. The UN estimates that by 2050, we will have about 150 million environmental refugees. The ocean currents could cease, leaving Western Europe and America a frozen desert. Seawater will be 170% more acidic by 2100. The fish in the sea will die. No more deep sea fishing, scuba diving, surfing, or beach holidays. All we will have left is National Geographic documentaries. Currently, we don't have an effective means of controlling methane, a chemical which is released when permafrost melts.
Methane is way worse than carbon dioxide. It's inert right now in the soil. It's not affecting anybody in any way. When you warm it, it becomes a gas. Then it starts acting immediately as a greenhouse gas. So this is an immediate and very short-term threat to planetary civilization.
The risk is so-called runaway greenhouse, which is the self-correcting mechanism cease to kick in. And you heat by a little bit, and you release methane. That then causes excess heating, and you release more methane, and so it goes on.
That's probably the biggest issue that we face. Sea level change is a big one, too, a very expensive one to manage, but the methane release from the tundra, once that gets underway, we reach a point where we lose the option of having an effective mitigation strategy. We can always abandon coastlines, but if we activate enough of the carbon reservoir in the terrestrial biosphere, that becomes unmanageable. So that's unfortunately kind of a doomsday scenario that our trajectory is pointed to.
Most disconcerting, the Arctic ice sheet that keeps the carbon stable is melting rapidly. In July 2013, the Arctic lost 41,000 square miles, an area half the size of Kansas, every single day. And scientists have witnessed kilometer-wide columns of methane gas bubbling up from the ocean floor, suggesting the tipping point to runaway climate change is dangerously close.
In a world which is 3 degrees warmer, there's going to be a lot more energy in the world's oceans to drive hurricanes. And hurricanes derive their rocket fuel from the warming of the ocean.
Scientists have estimated that even if we stopped all carbon emissions today, temperatures will still rise about 1/2 degree centigrade, and sea levels will rise at least 11 centimeters by 2100 just on momentum alone.
The warming of the ocean will continue even if we stop the atmospheric CO2 concentrations to increase, because the time scale of the ocean circulation, which connects the surface to the deep ocean, is very large in the sort of hundreds and thousands of years.
By about 2030, the Arctic will experience an ice-free summer for the first time ever.
That's a thing of the past, and we don't see any young people who takes some dogs and live as a fisherman and a hunter. Everything happens so fast. It's so visible, you don't have to be a scientist to determine what's happening.
Sled dogs have been a necessity for survival for a very long time, especially for hunting across the winter sea ice. Now with the thinning of the ice, these dogs become an expense that most islanders cannot afford. When I'm driving around, I can see the impact of climate change when I see these dogs that have no purpose anymore. Some are starving, and as a result, I'm forced to put many of them down.
Bangladesh has over 100 to 120 million people, and that number is rising fast. A great deal of its land just simply gets covered by water. And again, once you have salt water coming up, it's not just the land that's covered, it's the intrusion of salt. Even a 3-foot sea level rise wipes out half its rice crop. Their population's going up 1/3, and their land is being shrunk by 1/3. You do the math. It's a catastrophe coming at us.
By 2100, our global population is expected to be doubled, but our food production is projected to decrease by 40%.
If we allow global warming to take off that far, I really do see a situation where we have conflict across vast areas of the globe as the people who remain and the people who survive fight it out with each other for what remains of the world's resources.
In life, it seems that we respond to crisis only when it affects us. But look around you. Already our children can't play in the sun without sunscreen because we've punched a hole in the ozone layer. They breathe in air that is polluted with chemicals. They eat food saturated with pesticides and steroids. We have lost touch with who we are and forgotten our humanity. What will be left for our children? A toxic wasteland? And we did it just for self-gratification and greed? So why have we chosen to ignore the threat of climate change? Blinded by political interests and entrenched behavior, we have been resistant to change. It has taken us a mere 60 years to mutilate our home beyond recognition, and most of the damage is irreversible. We are in this position because of our poor judgment. Is this the legacy you want to leave behind?
We have an arsenal of solutions already. It's going to be solar, it's going to be wind, and it's going to be tidal power, and it's going to be thermal power, all of these different things working together actually give us a pretty good ability to get away from the fossil fuel economy.
We have the technology to reduce our carbon footprint by 90%. So ask yourself why we have not implemented this. At what point is enough enough? Change starts with us. To stand up and be a voice starts with our own initiative.
Energy efficiency is the biggest, fastest, cheapest way to solve the climate problem, to save money, and to make a safer, richer, fairer, cooler world.
We sometimes don't think that a small motivated group of individuals can change the world. But in fact, that is the only thing that ever has. The Green Mile will take the viewers on a journey to show them how to reduce their carbon footprint.
Hello, my name is Zaba, and today I am going to take you on the journey of a lifetime. Today I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on what the Green Mile is all about. You know, some perceptions will be changed, some lifestyles will be altered, and opportunities will be created. Stay tuned while I take you on a sneak peek of the Green Mile. Did you know that you can save on your electricity bill just by going green? I am so excited to start this journey with you because together we're going to be saving money and saving the earth. Our children will benefit because the decisions we make today can either impact the earth badly or very well, and if it impacts it badly, there's no amount of money that will ever save it. Come, let's go on this roller coaster ride together where we will show you how you can save money just by going green. Well, how would you like to never receive an electricity bill again? Enter our weekly competition if you would like this, and one lucky viewer will go away with the prize where they will have their entire house reassessed. You also have a chance to win 200,000 Rand worth of green technology. To enter, SMS the word energy to 35099. Who knows? Could be you. Well, in our journey together, we are going to be showing you step by step the different technologies that you can have to go green. We'll be comparing gas and heat pumps and solar pumps and showing you exactly how these can benefit and change your lives. We're also going to speak to experts who are going to go and test these technologies so that you can have an entertaining and educational ride as to how to reduce your carbon footprint. We can reduce our electricity bill by up to 90%. So think about it. We'll be in turn saving ourselves money and helping the lives of the less fortunate. Did you know that according to the South African Living Conditions Survey of 2009, 52% of South African homes live on 577 Rand or less per month? Can you imagine what these people's faces will be like if we go into their homes, install green technology and save them money? And if you're an NPO, all you have to do is SMS charity to 35099 and you could stand a chance to have your organization revamped and greenified. And if you're wondering whether global warming is fact or fiction, we're going to be introducing you to a professor who is nutty about preserving our planet. So come join us on the Green Mile and power up with your weekly dose of green information. On the Green Minutes, we'll be discussing headlines from around the world, unraveling global warming myths and showing you how global warming can affect you and your family's future. So come join us on the Green Mile and you can be a voice against the fight against climate change. Explore, engage, uncover. We will see you soon on the Green Mile. Cheers for now.